Mitch, when you look at recruiting rankings, the top 30 or so quarterbacks from last year all went to Power 5 schools except for one, and that was AJ. I was curious what you guys did to bring him into Memphis. And he's not from Tennessee or anything.
Yeah.
He's from Georgia. Like, what was it about Memphis that, and the coaching staff, I guess, that attracted him?
I think it was the is genuinity a word? Genuine? Coach Silverfield is genuine. What he told the kid was what, kind of transpired. Coach Cramsey, very genuine. There was never a, hey, we're going to show you this even though this ain't real. All the conversations with him while we were at the other place was, listen, this is the reality of your situation. This is what our room looks like. This is what we think your career can be. This is how we're going to treat you. This, the whole nine. And I had a relationship now with his dad. His dad and I played ball together, so I knew his family really well, and kind of grew up in Georgia for a little bit. But so there was a relationship piece there, but I think overall it was just it wasn't recruitment. It was conversations. It was getting the kid on campus, and again, Coach Cramsey and Coach Silverfield, I think that's what they do a tremendous job of is like when guys come in, they tell them the truth, right? They're not trying to sell them a car. They're not trying to sell them a house. They're selling them on a future and what it can look like. But they're very detailed in, hey, these are the things that you have to do for that future to become a reality. And I think that a lot of guys, especially guys like AJ, who have AJ's personality, who's a very serious kid and kind of knows what he wants. I think that they like that. I think that they like being talked to like that, and that's essentially what won him over, so to speak, I think.
Sometimes I've noticed when he throws, he tend to drop the ball down to his waist.
Yeah.
Is that something that you work with him now, or is that something that, like, he's in a
bit.
Quarterback competition, just let him keep doing it the way?
A little bit, and Coach can attest to this. Like here in a couple of weeks, the Masters. We're gonna go to the Masters, and you're gonna see a lot of golfers, and a lot of golfers have a lot of different swings. John Daly had a very different swing than Freddie Couples, but they could both hit it straight and they could both hit it long. At some point, you get to the age at the quarterback where the way that you throw is the way that you throw, and you just learn how to make it work. As long as it does not hurt the integrity of what you're doing in your system, right? If we're going to throw an RPO, that thing, he's going to have to shorten that thing up. And we work a lot with that, and just trying, because it is a little bit elongated. But he's also figured out a way to make it work. He can change his arms when needed, his arm angle when needed. He can make some different throws and that sort of thing. But I don't want to, let me get in trouble for that. I don't want to Tim Tebow him. Tim Tebow was a heck of a quarterback until people started trying to change his motion and all of that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like, man, you could tell it was a struggle for him. Freaking, let him go play, man. So there's a little bit of it, but most of it has to do with, hey, this is going to hurt the integrity of this play. This is going to hurt the integrity of what you're trying to do. So we have to change this. If it doesn't, we don't mess with it a whole lot.
Figuring out who the starting quarterback is going to be a hard job.
Yeah.
You see all the time, like you go back to Tom Brady, there was an injury ahead of him before he got his opportunity. Stetson Bennett at Georgia, Trinidad Chambliss at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Like, how do you come out of this competition being assured that you have named the right guy?
That's shoot, man, $1 million question, because there's no blueprint to it. There's really not. I think that there's a couple of different pieces to it. We chart everything, right? So from a production standpoint, those dudes, they, if they cough, then we chart it. Every completion, every incompletion, the whole thing, it's boom. So you have this statistical view of it, all right? Who is productive? But then comes the aspect of, like, the gut feeling part of it, like when you watch it and you say, hey, who's moving the team, right? Who's moving the team? Who inspires the team, right? That's a huge piece of it. That's a little bit harder because I don't have an Excel spreadsheet for that. You know what I mean? That's more of a, you just have to watch. And, you know, and at the end of the day, you just you take the statistical analytical part of it, you take the gut feel part of it, and you just do the best you can at seeing who's got the best of both worlds, right? And then you just let them go play. And the thing about it is like, what you don't want to do is you don't want to handcuff them, you know, with paralysis by analysis. Like, those dudes have to go out there and they have to play, right? And I think that that's one of the things that they've done a great job of, is they're not getting caught up in the hoopla of who's taking what reps, who's taking how many reps. They're getting caught up in, what do I have to do to be successful at this rep? What do I have to do to be successful at this rep, right? Y'all probably seen it. We have a huge rotation going from day to day, right? The way that we're doing it right now is one guy will have the ones for the day, okay, so that he can get in a groove with the ones, right? Then the next guy will have the ones for that day. It's not series by series and all of that kind of stuff. And I think that's where their mindset's been, is, hey, how am I going to be the best that I can be today? And they don't worry about the rest. And if they'll keep doing that, that's how they're going to build their reputation with the offense and with the team.
Wanted to clarify, AJ's dad and you played, was that at Valdosta State or somewhere else?
Valdosta State.
Where was it?
Yeah.
What did
Derek Hill. We played. Now, let me say this. I did not play. His dad played. I was a clipboard holder. I was a really good backup quarterback, like a really good backup quarterback. You want to do a drill? I could do a drill, cuz. But no, I was a freshman, and he was an upper class junior or senior.
what position?
He was a defensive end. Matter of fact, I think he started as a quarterback in high school, and then he ballooned up and was huge. He built just about like AJ was, and wound up playing defensive end for us.
To the point you're comfortable with, you chart everything.
Mm-hmm.
What's your completion percentage been like? What's the efficiency been like? What?
Great question.
Good question.
I'll tell you this. For the room right now, we're sitting over 65%, which is what yesterday was really good.
It was?
Yeah.
I definitely felt
Yeah,
otherwise.
yesterday was really good.
From our position.
For the room. Now, let me say this. The reason why he says that is because we also have this one little column called drops. We don't count that in our room. He counts that in his room. We don't count that in our room for the time being. But we are sitting above 65% as a room, as a total, which is kind of what we shoot for individually. You know, when we get out of this thing, we want to be as high above 65% as we can be.